All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Dark, Season 2, Episode 3.
Last episode was crazy.
Yeah, great last episode.
Yep.
Gave us a lot to think about. We now have a lot more people that are aware of the time shenanigans, are cluing into what's going on, or are being just overtly shown.
Yeah.
This is nuts. We've got Jonas doing crazy things at multiple points in time, you know.
Right, multiple versions of Jonas doing crazy things.
Yeah, exactly.
But our main boy Jonas is not in the 2050s anymore.
Right.
Great.
So
Fantastic.
that's fun because I hope he goes back.
Well, and hopefully to a place that's relatively safe because, you know, he
Yes.
still has the whole this thing and, you know, a shot leg. So, you know, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I also wanted to bring up something kind of fun, just in general. I have been going back through the earlier episodes of season 1 of this.
Oh, okay.
With my wife, and we're loving the show, and I'm loving getting some earlier kind of views of things again. But I believe even back then, older Jonas has like the neck marks.
Oh,
like, even
really?
Back then.
Okay.
Like to
Nice. Cool.
to draw your mind to be like, ooh, mystery. Like, who is this guy?
That's cool.
Because
That's
he's
fun.
got like scars on his back and stuff like that. But it's,
Right,
it's just
right.
the like, who is this guy? So like
Neat.
the idea that we're seeing a more like broken version of him here.
No, yeah.
You know, of like he's showing his mom. Like he's
Right.
he's
Yes.
desperate.
Right,
Like
he's being vulnerable and all that stuff, which is great. But then also, yes, he was a very broken version of Jonas, and so,
Right.
oh no, I'm sorry, Jonas. You know, like,
Yeah.
you're like you've already gone through some breaking. You
Right,
know, but
right.
There might be more in store.
well, that's my point. Is that then younger Jonas has some breaking in store.
Right.
Like
Yeah, because we got all right, we got neck scar, cool, and
Right,
leg
right.
scar. What about back scar?
Yeah, and like other just
Yeah.
mental scars and stuff as
Oh
well.
yeah.
Like,
I get the feeling he might not be going back to 2019.
yeah, I get the feeling of that as well. And I have a lot of excitement just for his journey that he becomes this older
Of
man
course.
as well. But yeah, we've got also Egon having seen Ulrich in the mental institute,
Right.
Which is just
Yeah.
it's so cool.
It's so cool, and also at the same time, oh man, yeah, all right, yeah, Ulrich's just that's what happened. He's just stuck there, lived his whole life there.
And like
okay, yeah.
in terms of just the way this show has like built up the whole facet of like time travel and stuff, there's gonna be like probably many more times where we'll have just people stuck in the wrong time. Or just
sure.
where they're not supposed to be. I mean,
right. We literally just had that with Jonas,
we-
and the only reason he was able to get back is because he was able to get a time machine to work.
right.
You know.
But we still have that with Kid Helga. We don't know like what happened with Kid Helga after they finger touched. They had the little God and man kind of moment
yeah.
at the end of season 1. So like there's
Yeah. Huh.
this show, y'all. This show.
It's wild.
It's wild. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Ich hab gesehen, wie du aufwächst. Wie du zum Mann wirst. Den ganzen Kreislauf deines Lebens. Die Zeit hat dich auserwählt.
Hey.
Gott hat dich auserwählt.
Is he kind of talking to himself a little bit?
Maybe.
Vergiss nicht, dass wir
He's
jetzt
trying
auch dein
to,
Zuhause
you know,
sind. Dir wird kein Leid geschehen.
sow the seeds now that, you know, make him able to manipulate him.
Die Zeit ist immer mit dir. Egal, wohin du gehst.
Noah really nails the
Du trägst
creepy
sie in
energy.
dir.
Yeah, the actor for Noah is incredible.
Yeah.
Sie sieht und hört alles, was du tust oder sprichst. Tick, tack.
All right.
Cool. Yeah. Someone's going down on her. Yeah.
New lady.
Oh, this is Oh.
Claudia, bist du nicht schon los?
Oh.
Ich habe das Milch jetzt.
Oh, for a second I thought this was Martha. Right.
Well.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
in the
Kauf dir einen Drops dafür.
Danke.
yeah, we're in the
Real shit.
yeah, fun.
Du wohin? Nichts Besonderes.
Maybe maybe it wasn't an accident that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now I
damn.
need to be somewhere
Right.
at this time.
Yeah. Oh, man. I hope that that's not what it was, but
Wer bist du?
Meanwhile, she's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, because this is the 50s. This is
Right. That's Doris Tiedemann.
oh, Tiedemann. Right.
Yeah, so
right.
Aegon's wife. Oh, man.
Okay. So he's back.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
Helge?
Oh. Whoa. Yeah, you're real. Oh my god. And
Yep, and looking like that.
yeah. Oh.
One of the few times she actually shows affection to him.
Erhalten, was wir bieten, aber nichts geht verloren unter seinem Blick. Bringt alles wieder.
Oh.
Okay.
Monate später und wir haben immer noch keine Ahnung.
Yep.
Sucht niemand nach ihm. Da fragt man sich doch, wie manche Menschen so leben. Fast wie Gespenster. Egon?
Yeah. You with us?
Ordentlich Dampf ablassen. Die Ehe ist nicht so, wie es uns verkauft wird. Sobald die Kinder bekommen, werden sie andere Menschen. Ist so, als wenn sie mit den Belgern fahren.
Getting advice on sex in the 50s.
Yeah.
Es sind noch jede Menge zarte Knospen zu pflücken.
Man hat ihn gefunden.
Yep.
Wen gefunden?
Den Dopplerjungen. Helge Doppler.
Seinen Leichnam.
Nein, der Junge lebt. Er ist einfach durch die Tür spaziert, als wäre nichts passiert.
Yeah, that's wild.
Sie tut immer so, als würde ich nichts verstehen. Wenn ich Kinder hab, dann will ich anders sein.
Cool.
Lange in einem Heim. Sie redet nicht gern darüber. Also mache ich es auch nicht.
Hast du keine Familie? Außer deiner Mutter?
Meine Mutter hat einen Bruder. Aber ich glaube, sie hassen sich.
Meinst du,
Yeah.
Also, why were you in an orphanage for so long?
Do you smell something?
Was your mom someone else?
I heard flies.
zeigst du es mir jetzt?
Me too.
For a second, I was worried there was like a corpse nearby or something. Oh. Oh, kids. Well, that's that part from the opening.
Yep.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well, you had something else shown to me, you know?
Yeah.
Willst du heute mal schwänzen und wir machen was Schönes?
What?
Ich weiß auch nicht, ich dachte nur, wir haben so lange nichts mehr zusammen gemacht.
Ich schreibe heute Deutsch und nachher wollte ich noch zum See.
Vielleicht ein andermal.
You'll get it next time, Daryl. You'll get it next time.
Ina, warte.
Yeah. Too little, too late.
Yep. She almost doesn't even know what to do with that.
Right. Yeah, she was just shook.
Mir gefällt, wie du dein Haar jetzt trägst.
Yeah. Affirm her. Just,
So, erwachsen.
yeah. Okay.
Danke.
Thanks. Yeah. Oh, you could hear it in
Yeah.
her voice a little bit. She's
Yep,
like,
yep.
I
Yeah.
don't want to admit how much I needed that, but like,
Right.
cool. That happened once. Now you
Okay.
need to do this, 500 times.
Yeah.
Now.
Zeit.
Yeah. The book.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
This is where the Satanists got their.
Right.
Guten Tag, Frau Doppler.
Ich habe Ihren Kollegen doch schon alles erzählt.
Ich würde Helge gerne ein paar Fragen stellen.
Er hat noch kein einziges Wort gesprochen.
Yeah. If he hasn't said a single word to me, why would he say a single word to you? Something about the way that she stands. And
No, I know. It's
She's got this terrifying aura to her.
Ich bin Claudias Vater.
Yeah. Yeah, sit down, come to his eye level.
Wer hat dir das angetan?
Yeah.
Der Herr Kommissar hat dich etwas gefragt. Jetzt sag doch endlich was!
I hate her so much.
Oh.
Du, ich wollte nur mal schauen, wie es dir so geht.
Yeah. Yeah.
Es klingt jetzt vielleicht eigenartig, aber letztes Jahr dieses Buch.
Another Tiedemann come to see
Yeah.
me,
Ich hab gedacht, du bist vielleicht die Einzige, die mich versteht.
Oh.
Ist immer mit dir, egal wohin du gehst. Du trägst sie in dir.
Yeah, the mantra that Noah told him.
Was soll das heißen?
Er hat gesagt, es ist ein Kampf zwischen Gut und Böse, zwischen Licht und Schatten, dass die Reisenden alles ungeschehen machen können.
Whoa.
Wenn wir erfolgreich sind, wird alles nie passieren.
Whoa.
Wer hat es gesagt?
Okay.
Cool.
Wer ist Noah?
This name being deposited.
Du darfst ihm nicht vertrauen. Niemals. Hörst du?
Oh, okay.
Ich wollte das alles nicht. Dick.
Fun.
The shots in this show.
I know. Something else. Okay, where are... Oh my gosh, no way. Yeah, she's absolutely a time traveler. And or is aware of it. Meaning... Oh. Fun.
Jemand gesehen? Sie haben Helge heute zurückgeschickt.
Whoa.
Ist auch zurück.
Ich habe keine Angst mehr vor ihm.
Ihr tragt das gleiche Blut.
Okay, all right, so he's the brother.
Trotzdem prägt uns unsere Familie unser Leben lang. Sigmundus.
Oh.
Sie bereiten den nächsten Zyklus vor.
The next cycle.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
shit.
4 days. Is that the picture of Noah and Adam and them, and that's why she had it?
Ich wollte dir danken.
I don't know.
Für
Because
alles.
that'd be...
Meine Mutter liebt dich, weißt du das?
Oh, wow. But you can feel the distance because of time and also just Claudia's the one giving the errands and the missions, not able to bring her in, too specifically into anything. Fun. Okay.
All right.
Ooh, here we go.
Blaues Auge. Und ein braunes.
Sie haben dieses Buch geschrieben.
Ich habe mich gefragt, wann es so wir uns wiedersehen.
Wild.
Ich kenne Sie überhaupt nicht.
Not yet.
Aber ich kenne Sie.
You will know me. Yeah.
Ein ewiger Kreislauf.
Yeah. Oh shit.
All right.
Oh
okay.
shit. Oh my gosh.
Eigenartig. Und er hat nicht gesprochen. Was hältst du von der Sache? Taucht einfach so aus dem Nichts auf.
It looked like he was about to say something. So, is Egon lying and then he did say something?
Sitzt seit einem halben Jahr.
Vielleicht war er nicht alleine.
Meinst du, er hat einen Komplizen?
Nimm du dir den Irren noch mal vor.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
This is so fun.
I love how he's got this like something just doesn't add up, but
Right.
like it's got that sort of like about my hunch, in a perfect way because there is something going on.
Was alles bedeutet.
This is music, man. It's just music.
Good shit.
Diese Worte haben Sie 1953 zu mir gesagt. Aber erst letztes Jahr veröffentlicht.
It's like, so you are figuring it out.
Der weiße Teufel. Wissen Sie, wer das ist?
Du bist ja verwirrter als ich.
Warum haben Sie uns nie gesagt, wie Sie heißen? Wer Sie sind?
Ulrich. Ulrich Nielsen. Und ich komme aus der Zukunft.
There it is. There it is. Yeah.
Haben Sie schon mal vom Bootstrap-Paradox?
Oh, let's go. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So we've got some time machines that are moving about through time, being passed to people in order to set up things.
Einfacher ausgedrückt, dieses Buch ist in der Zeit zurückgereist. Es hat mich gefunden.
Oh, I love it.
Frage des Ursprungs.
Yeah.
Wo ist der Anfang? Wann?
Right.
Ein paar Dinge, die ich Sie gerne fragen würde. Der Dopplerjunge ist wieder zu Hause.
Yeah, that got him to snap back. Yeah.
Komplizen haben. Wenn Sie mit mir reden, das kann sich auch auf Ihre Lage hier auswirken.
Sind die Medikamente.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he was trying.
Ulrich Nielsen.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Yeah, now he's like, wait, okay.
Alter 9 bis 11 Jahre, behauptet, sein Vater heißt Ulrich Nielsen.
Oh my God. All right.
Eines Tages hier erscheinen würden und dass ich Ihnen den Apparat erklären soll. Also, Sie selbst, Ihr zukünftiges Ich.
Right.
Paradox ist, dass ich Ihnen das alles bis vor kurzem noch nicht hätte erklären können.
But
Aber
now,
letztes Jahr hat es mir selbst jemand erklärt. Ein anderer. Zeitreisender.
who is doing this at the behest of Claudia.
Erscheinen werden, damit ich Ihnen und damit ihr den Apparat erklären kann.
Wow. It's like we're getting the actual fundamental mechanics of how the looping is working.
Als ob innen ganz
But
leer wäre,
thus,
nur noch eine Hülle.
It's almost like something terrible happened to him.
Helge, komm runter, hier ist jemand, der dich sprechen möchte.
oh. Whoa. Whoa.
Ich möchte, dass du etwas für mich liest. Tust du das?
Damn.
Du bist mein Schutz, mein Schild. Ich hoffe auf dein Wort.
His perfect puppet.
Yeah.
And he's gonna use him for decades.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Blessed be to God, yes.
Yeah, yeah, uh-huh. It's a miracle.
Worte nur mit Bedacht. Die kannst du behalten.
Wollen Sie nicht noch bleiben?
I'm afraid I don't have time.
Wow. He's good.
Er ist ein Wunder. Vergessen Sie das nicht.
Ah, cool. Treat him well.
Yeah, take good care of
So
him.
what she's also getting educated on is he might know a little bit that he's dealt with some shit maybe just in general. It's like no more like
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want you to be a problem for
Right. Uh-huh.
Alten Akten zu schließen. Der Ordnung halber.
Cool.
Ich würde gern mit dem Jungen
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Ihren Namen dir gegenüber mal erwähnt. Vornamen. Spitznamen.
Nice.
Den Namen Ulrich hat er dir gegenüber auch nicht erwähnt.
Damn, she's good. And her motive makes so much sense, you know?
Yeah.
Wenn dir noch was einfällt, ruf mich einfach an.
Wild to think that Egon was so close.
Yeah.
And yet he didn't end up. So maybe he dies.
Yeah.
Before.
But he dies of cancer, so.
Whoa.
Ich schlafe in letzter Zeit wieder schlecht. Ich hab
Whoa.
Albträume.
Noch eine Sache. Hättest du vielleicht ein Foto von dem Jungen? Nur für die Akten.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can't keep him away from that. Yeah.
Nur für die Akten.
Puts it into his personal little note thing. To
Yeah,
be like,
yep.
Yeah, I'm going to be noting this for a bit. Oh my gosh. It's just the idea of feeling like time is running out, and yet we're like working
yet we're
against
time traveling.
and yet we're time
Yeah.
traveling. Right.
Because it's, only a few days, right? Like,
Cool.
Was willst du hier? Hat Claudia dich geschickt? Wenn du glaubst, Adam lässt dich zurück, dann irrst du dich.
Let you back in. Oh.
Wow.
Für dich gibt's keine Erlösung.
Like, yeah, you betrayed us.
Ich weiß, wo die letzten Seiten sind. Und ich weiß, wie lange Adam danach gesucht hat. Glaubst du nicht, er würde alles tun, um sie zu bekommen?
Damn.
Ich hätte dir niemals gesagt, wo sie sind.
Claudia hat sie bei sich.
No way.
Gegenzug will ich, dass du Adam sagst, dass ich zurück will. Bevor der neue Zyklus beginnt.
Du opferst sie.
Yeah. What's your play here?
Betrachte es als ein Friedensangebot.
This is crazy. He's like, wait, I'm grappling with all this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I
She
think
just-
I get it. She knows what damage this will do if Noah sees the pages. It's about Noah reading them and being, like, brought off course.
Da ist jemand, der Sie sehen möchte.
Ja, bitte.
Sie können rein.
God, this is such a crazy setup episode in terms of what we're... Oh my God!
Du hast nichts davon verdient. Aber manchmal trifft es die Guten am härtesten.
Ich verstehe nicht.
So this weird shaman lady showed up one day and started speaking into my life, and...
Yeah.
Licht, dass du weißt, dass es mir leid tut, dass die Dinge so gekommen sind, wie sie gekommen sind.
Damn. What's fun about this is that this is Claudia potentially spinning out as well.
Es tut mir leid, wirklich.
Wild.
Okay.
The idea that she's not desiring to insert anything other than, I want catharsis for myself. As a time traveler.
Da ist noch was, Ihr Vater. Er ist hier. Ich wusste nicht, wohin mit ihm.
Perfect. Bring him to my office now. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, we bootstrapping the bootstrap within the bootstrap within the bootstrap. Like, bro, this is...
Oh man, she's been having a crazy day and he's about to...
Ich wollte mit dir reden.
Yeah.
Es dauert auch nicht lange.
Jetzt ist es wirklich gerade schlecht.
Did he figure it out?
Ich weiß gar nicht, was ich sagen soll.
Schon okay.
Yeah.
Ich wollte nur, dass du Bescheid weißt. Ich gehe dann mal wieder. Sicher noch eine Menge zu tun hier.
So much to do.
Papa.
A hug, yeah. This is the day of hugs. Yep. Across generations, across time, across everything. It's just a bunch of broken families trying to figure their way out of this whole mess.
Oh yeah.
And they can't.
Du bist wieder da.
Hallo, Prinzessin.
Ah, yes. She is quite precocious, yes.
Kannst du ein Geheimnis für dich behalten? Ich glaube, ich habe heute eine Hexe gesehen.
Gibt keine Hexen.
Doch. Diese war ganz echt.
Wie sah sie denn aus?
Like you.
Lange, weiße Haare. Wie in den Büchern.
Und was hat sie gesagt?
And then he's gonna be looking at the eyes and he's gonna be like...
Die für Mama?
Ja.
Du bist ein zu guter Mensch, Papa. Die Welt hat dich nicht verdient.
Oh my God.
Noch ein Déjà-vu.
Glitch in the Matrix.
Das Schlimmste, was einem im Leben passieren kann, ist das eigene Kind zu verlieren.
Okay.
Right.
Wie fest wir versuchen, sie zu halten, sie verschwinden trotzdem.
Yep. They're destined to go. That's part of what it means.
Kinder, sie alle laufen nur einen Teil ihres Lebens einen gemeinsamen Weg.
Oh, God, this episode's taking me on a emotional roller coaster.
Er hat damals etwas Eigenartiges zu mir gesagt.
Yeah.
Es macht keinen Sinn, aber vielleicht macht mich der Krebs jetzt auch schon verrückt.
Oh my gosh!
Kennen Sie diesen Jungen?
It's gonna break him.
Du hast die ganze Zeit gewusst. Wo ist er? Wo ist er? Wo ist er? Weißt du, es ist noch nicht fertig.
Das Ganze braucht noch 33 Jahre, bis es soweit ist.
Verstehe nicht ganz, was es ist.
And there's the book. Wow.
Leben lang fragen wir uns, wohin unsere Reise geht. Das hier ist Ihre. Sie können es behalten, ich brauche es nicht mehr.
Warum geben Sie mir das?
Ich werde bald tot.
Wow.
Wie soll das möglich sein?
Zeit ist nur eine Illusion. Sie werden mir dann den Apparat erklären müssen.
Aber ich weiß nicht, wozu er da ist. Warum sagen Sie mir nicht, wozu er da ist?
Weil Sie mir gesagt haben, dass es Ihnen jemand anderes erklärt hat.
Right.
Die Dinge gehen ihren Weg, so wie sie es immer getan haben.
As they always have.
Warten Sie. Bitte.
Oh.
Okay.
Good. Oh. You can feel the like the chains, the trap, the cage.
Up high. Oh, you know you try. Oh, you know you try.
And for her, this is the miracle of like,
right.
My son is like suddenly this, like he had this spiritual experience basically.
Dear, you know this whole mess is born from fear. You keep.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
This is her first jump.
We still haven't seen Jonas.
Du dachtest, du kannst dir vertrauen.
Ja.
Sie hat dich verraten. Sie hat nicht mal mit der Wimper gezuckt.
I love how hesitant he is.
Dass ich sterben werde. Aber werde ich diese Partie verlieren? Oder ist das hier, unser Treffen, du und deine Waffe, nur ein Teil eines Spiels, von dem du immer noch nicht weißt?
Glaubst du, kannst mich mit deinen Worten manipulieren? Ich bin keiner deiner Bauern mehr.
Wild.
Aber Adams bist du noch.
Oh.
Das Paradies, das er dir verspricht, ist nichts als eine Illusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Durch die Illusion von Freiheit.
Yeah, cool.
Hättest du eine Wahl? Hast du eine Wahl?
She's good.
Yeah, he's still gonna kill you though.
So she knows what's happened. It's over. Okay, what was on it? Ah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. That, okay, so it was exactly what we thought. Yeah, yeah.
Now, are those actually the missing pages, or are those just the things
No,
that they
I
need
think-
you to learn so
I
that
think-
that way you will act the way that they need you to?
Charlotte. Das ist nicht. Nein, das stimmt einfach nicht. Das ist nicht wahr.
Wait, Charlotte.
Charlotte! Wait!
I mean, he did give the watch, Charlotte Doppler.
Yeah, right.
Remember the watch?
Yeah. You really should have taken the pages from her before you killed her.
Egal, wie sehr wir dagegen ankämpfen wollen. Wir sind verbunden durch unser Blut. Wir können unseren Familien noch so fremd sein. Ihr Handeln nicht.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Learning your father
Yeah.
and your daughter both have cancer back to back like that.
Ein roter Faden.
This voice. Is this Adam? Yeah.
Or, oh, yeah.
Hatte sie die Seiten dabei.
He lies. Oh, shit.
Okay.
Sie hat bekommen, was sie verdient hat.
Oh.
Am Ende bekommen wir alle. was wir verdient haben.
Wild.
Is Adam Egon?
Egon?
Yeah.
Because he's like so sickly looking, like
No. The voice sounded very, very similar.
No. I think it's just old man. Like that's just old man.
But then he was also staring at the picture of Egon's daughter.
That's Claudia.
Yeah. Right.
Because
Right.
she
Yeah.
just
She just
died.
died. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so many characters.
No. Adam is either clearly a time traveler. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I have very much like a lot of belief in that is that the idea of someone's head being so completely like fucked up feels like the person who's gone and done things for so long that they end up like. So it's more like he could just as well be a future Noah. Mm-hmm. Like he
just to double check though. Could we check the credits to see if I'm guessing they probably won't, or maybe they will. Of the credits for Adam. This was a fantastic character episode.
Yes,
like this was
beautiful.
Just hey, the Tiedemans. Let's spend time with them.
Yeah.
In so many different ways, and the ways in which all the different character interactions like fed into each other.
Right.
Like this. Time travel mechanics aside, and and all of that stuff and how it's tied into the plot, I love the way that the time travel is used in this show in order to basically highlight the themes and the connection points and the parallels and stuff, because you actually have the same character going and having the same conversations with different people at different times.
Right.
And it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
So
I loved the idea of Claudia and what she's created in her fight against Adam and Noah and everything.
Yep.
Is creating basically multiple layers of paradoxes with regards to setting up so that the time travel mechanisms, not just the device, but the book and Tannhaus and herself, is all layered within itself so that it will it will be like solid. Like it is it is canonized. It is so intrinsically like mixed up in itself that she made sure that even when she was acting on a lack of knowledge of like something being her actions, she made it her actions by like, going and putting herself into these like specific moments and stuff. But that's just a perspective on it. That's just a perspective on it. I love the tragedy of it in that she knows that she has a limited amount of time. Mm-hmm. And it feels like all the people that are in the know with regards to the time travel side of things at this point in the, the 33 hopscotch, kind of time thing, are realizing like this is all like about to end. Like this,
because we've got the doomsday deadline.
Right.
And so she gets everything done that she, needs to, and then she ends up dying, and that's okay because that ends up basically sowing the doubt that then splits Adam and Noah. Great.
Which is so cool because
that's a fantastic way to have the episode end and also to get at some of the questions of the if it's closed loop and all that stuff and the do you have agency and all that stuff, right?
Do you have a choice?
Right.
Oh my God.
And so he ends up making a choice. Now, maybe that's the choice that he has always made, right?
Maybe.
That is a total possibility, but regardless, that's very fun to watch and experience,
yes.
right? And that is a great way to then basically build stakes and keep tension, right? In the show moving forward, so that way it's like, okay, yes, I want to see those interactions between Adam and Noah. Right. I want to see more of Noah just doing his thing, because while he is able to absolutely carry the presence of being this super creepy priest and all that stuff, right? Now there's another layer to it, right? So the
agent of time has now lost his mission, basically.
Yeah, or at the very least, he's realizing he has to, go back to first principles and see what's what.
Honestly, in a lot of ways, he is the agent that goes back to their handler and is like, "You lied to me." Like it's a tale as old as time, pun intended. That you would have somebody who is so devout in their belief that,
anything
we
for the
first,
mission.
Well, right, sure. But then when you actually like got to know Noah, nothing about him was a man of belief with regards to God.
Sure.
Man is actually like, nah, that's all hogwash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, the only thing he's believed in basically is time and the power that it has, basically.
Yeah.
And given that he's a servant of time, or at the very least, in now he's
burdened with glorious
Emperor
purpose.
Palpatine. Well, no, I'm saying in the Emperor Palpatine visage of Adam,
Okay.
he's literally like a Darth Vader going around and enforcing the will of another.
Yep.
And it's now just all completely called into question.
Right.
Given that Adam has been at this point in his life hopping all over. Like he's gone everywhere, which means, big changes happened in him recently in terms of like what put him to then be so active and so like almost like he's running out of time. Like he has to go. Now at the near the end before Doomsday, basically.
Okay.
He's given the like, you have a choice. Here's a key. Here's something that's going to make you either lose sight or at the very least make you like redirect your sight, like that's so exciting.
Oh yeah, very exciting for future stuff.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, the thing that I think was the surprise hit for me was not actually the Adam stuff, even though that was really good. It was the Egon stuff.
Sure.
That was such a great way to bring this character that had very much been like a side tertiary kind of character that's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He does a thing, right? He's very much an archetype in a similar kind of way to Noah, right? He's the old, investigator that's, out of the game.
It works
and all
on
that stuff.
hunches and everything.
Works on hunches.
Yeah.
And guess what? Oh, hey, it literally makes sense to do that here, not just because technologically that might be a lot of the stuff that you have to go on, but literally this stuff does not make sense. There are things that do connection points that just do not work.
Yeah, they do
and
not work
as
at all.
we then get the stuff in the 50s to then seed more of the reasons of why he would then have these hunches
in the 80s.
In the 80s,
right?
It's a great way to basically make it so that we can have build up and payoff at the same time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So cool.
In a way that could otherwise feel totally arbitrary because it's like, well, we sort of make a thing happen because we're introducing, because it's alinear, right? We're introducing the reason for it to happen at the same time as the thing is happening, right? But regardless of that, that means what you end up having is something that's really engaging because then you don't know what's going to happen next. But we do know that he ends up dying. We do know that, it's not like he completely cracks the case or whatever.
Reveals the time travel thing to,
Right. His mission is kind of doomed to fail. But until then, we get to see all these different things that are happening. But also because there are other people that are trapped in time and all that stuff, like Ulrich and things, it is still, we are already seeing the consequences of it while he is blundering through it. And that is fascinating to me.
Oh, it's
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And it's also just great to see, like he is a very, just sympathetic dude that's just trying to struggle and figure things out.
Well, they made a point in this episode to add extra stuff to the sympathy through what they did with Agnes and her relationship with Egon's wife.
Right.
Is that now, because of this, he's also the clueless husband who doesn't realize that his wife has not loved him for a while, but also is now cheating on him.
Right.
And again, has no idea.
Nope.
He's so swept up in his work that he's, in a lot of ways, lost the relationship with her to the point that it then begets the thing that actually would have potentially set him on the path to then, figuring this out.
And so the idea that his daughter then comes and apologizes to him before she goes off to die, because there is a very decent possibility that she even, set Agnes on her path to also ruin the marriage.
Oh, she intentionally did that, absolutely, so that he would focus on his work.
Sure.
And be the person that he needs to be, I guess, in the 80s.
Right. Which is brutal.
It's brutal indeed, yeah.
It's the the sacrifices that are being made,
Well, in some ways, yeah, but you could also say that she's trying to give a bunch of characters happy endings.
Sure.
She seems to have wanted that for Noah as well. Like the way in which she's basically like, no, you
don't
have
get
a
it.
choice. Like you don't get it. It's in some ways the the wise sage that even though they're like he's a middle-aged man or what have you,
right?
He felt like he was a young boy talking to her.
Well,
and that's probably when she, obviously like approached him in some ways because
sure,
there's probably some time in between him being a servant of hers, betraying or feeling betrayed,
right?
Then going and switching sides to Adam.
Yes,
because of whatever.
And that's to circle back to another wonderful character. Helga just keeps on being amazing in this show.
Yes,
both from the emotional side of things, but then also as just a way to structurally set up other characters, right?
Right.
Because then we're getting that little, we're seeing in Helga effectively what we can assume to be the case with Adam, albeit in a different flavor.
Right.
Of being the person that gets manipulated into being the pawn of someone else.
Yes, exactly.
And so you feel trapped, right? And, we are so cheering for Helga, like on his journey of like, yes, fight back, you do have choice and all this stuff. And then they have the monster, Noah, end up being on the same path. And then it's sort of this like...
Yeah, it's perpetuating the trauma. It's in some ways it's the curse of the way in which a parent accidentally imprints their curse onto their child without even meaning to. We see this in the cancer.
Mm-hmm.
We see this in the ways in which people are being like raised or groomed by the time travelers. We see it in the ways in which we even see it in the like original limited 2019 perspective with the ways in which the characters are trying to do their best in this while holding on to their secrets that then cause them to perpetuate patterns because of either what they've experienced from their parents or then what they pass on to children. It's just,
and then the super on the nose, one layer of indirection, one of Ulrich being like, oh, I need to find my son. And then, oh, hey, I end up traumatizing this boy in an attempt to save my son. It's the very thing that ends up making it so that my son is taken.
Right. This story feels like symbolically it is pointing at the fate of humans if we so desperately like cling to and hyperfixate on like a specific thing, we will miss the choice or the beauty or the surrounding environs, and it's almost our destiny, if you will, to just kind of stop for a second and look up and look around, because all these characters are so fixated on driving towards this thing or keeping this thing secret or what have you, that they end up being unintentional or actually intended pawns of the time travelers.
Right, and so Claudia's response that we see her do of just clearing her schedule, good job.
Yeah.
That was
huge.
Is the reason that she's doing that because she's like, no, I actually need to think about time shit.
Right.
It's
definitely that.
It's definitely that. But also, maybe this will help you gain new perspective since you quite literally have gotten new perspective.
Yes.
And that'll make you, spend more time with your daughter or whatever.
And then that gives us all into the idea that I feel like we have completely misjudged both Claudia and Noah in that the point is that you have a choice. And what this show has been pointing quite a bit to me is that no, this is a locked-in time story. Like, there's decisions that have been made, and people are more becoming just aware that they've already made these decisions and stuff. It doesn't feel like characters have choice. Like they feel trapped. They feel slaves to their own decisions that have already been made, because the instant like things were generated as far as time stuff, we are in loop territory and everything's insane.
I'm not sure I follow though as far as how this episode is sets it up as different in that regard, because that's what our understanding of it was up until
No. That's what I'm saying is that she is saying to Noah, the time traveler, you have a choice.
Right.
Which feels like the opposite of like what we've come to understand up until this point, is that she's trying to say, you're wrong, Noah. There is actual ability to change things. There is actual way. We don't need to like burn the forest down to start things or what have you.
And
there's a way to maneuver this.
Right. And if I were to think of the way that you actually get someone that's a time zealot like Noah to actually turn on his master, the initial thing that I thought that the notes would contain would basically be new information where it's like, oh, our strategy was wrong because there's this new information that's really important and we need to take it into account.
Sure.
But he's not sharing that with Adam. The other thing that I could see it being is if she has evidence, incontrovertible evidence, basically, that things were different and that time has already been being changed. But at the same time, I don't think that would be something that would affect Noah because Noah's whole deal is going on the assumption that time can be changed, right?
Well,
that's the whole reason of his journey.
But,
as opposed to the Ulrich thing of you went back and, all that stuff and that's how it always was.
Right, but that's where I feel like he's being manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Claudia's goal is to sow doubt potentially, and it's not as founded in reality as Noah is kind of reactionarily like, oh shit, I was wrong about something. Which he said Charlotte, which now I feel like I'm right on the money with my theory that he's Charlotte's father, because they've been bringing up this whole thing of like, wait, like who...
Noah is Charlotte's father?
Noah is Charlotte's father. Because they brought up in a previous episode of like,
Was it her father or her grandfather?
No. Like,
it's her father.
Helga is...
No, her father is H.G. Tannhaus.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there was there was like the grandfather or whatever of Agnes.
Okay, gotcha.
There was the grandparent of Agnes that was brought up, and it's like, and then it was deflected off of, right? But
No. See, I think you're getting that wrong here. I think Tannhaus was revealed to be her grandfather. Because she said in the second episode, like who my parents were. Like, why would you ever tell me?
Yes, no, that's a good point. Yeah.
So no,
right.
it's
he's her grandfather, right?
Yeah, and
which
so
also,
then we have mystery parents, and if they're time travelers, which that makes sense in this town, if you have mystery parents, clearly one of your parents was a time traveler at the very least, and so Noah being someone that then, has an actual like daughter that he cares about. It's then something where like it calls into question what his motivation is, because he seems like the man on a mission who has nobody because he doesn't need anybody. He just needs the mission.
Yeah.
But if he says Charlotte's name with like worry and care and almost like a tenderness, like,
well,
yeah.
Okay. So if they end up having it be something where Charlotte's his daughter, right? And that's a motivating factor where like there's no timeline where she survives the apocalypse thing or whatever. And so, if his motivation is to do it for her or something like that, then it's like, hey, you're not actually going to get what you want, and that's where Adam's manipulating you. And then, therefore the betrayal. But with how much time travel Noah's doing, even if Charlotte is his daughter, what would it really mean?
Well, again, that's again, we have limited information as to how Noah believes that they can burn the forest down to bring back a new one. We don't know how they think they can actually do that. Well, we know how older Jonas thought he was going to do something with that.
Right.
And it ended up being something where it perpetuated the actual creation of things.
Right. And so, okay,
because of the bootstrap paradox.
I'm going to try and do like a visualization thing with the bootstrap paradox thing, right?
Yeah.
You've got a closed loop, right? And that's how you can have the bootstrap paradox, because at some point there was an origin that got you into the loop, and then it becomes a closed loop, and so that origin doesn't really exist anymore. You don't have connection to it.
Right.
But if you're wanting to create a canon timeline, you need the closed loop to end. Otherwise, it's going to keep changing temporally, right? And so you need it actually to end. But the problem is that how do you actually end it? Because if you go to a point in time, right, like future Jonas did and end it here, great, but that doesn't mean that you're ending it across all of the points in time where time travel is possible, right?
Sure.
And so that's the thing of where he closes it for a time, but then it also is like the beginning of it or whatever, right? In bootstrap paradox stuff.
Right. You would need, and this is where I've been on the line of things, that the way that this show, the way that this series ends in a way that I think would be satisfying is time travel is removed as being possible. Like you actually
absolutely
remove the capacity to
yes,
do
and,
it.
and that's why the show ends.
But
Okay.
but that in and of itself would in a lot of ways undo all the effects of the loops.
Yes.
Which if that's done,
well, not necessarily.
well, no.
So-
So again, no origin, no beginning, no end.
Well,
Right? All we know is then that if you were to have a way that you could remove this, then that means there's another series of potentially as many world lines as possible of them either trying to do this, of the loop perpetuating and changing slightly, like whatever way you want to do that. You could say that's all the same timeline or not. It's kind of irrelevant at that point.
Okay.
But in order to have that stop, you would then take all these people that have become so tangled in and you would untangle it and you would basically start anew and there would be nothing. There would be like nothing.
Maybe that's a possibility. Here's a thought that came to me. Maybe it'll be relevant to that.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I say it so that way it can get sort of untangled from my mind. And
Yeah.
So the whole idea of time not being able to change things, right? Closed loop, all that stuff. Okay, great. That can get wonky with narrative because then, agency of the characters, all the stuff we've talked about that. But, there's the whole thing of, is this something where this is the characters actually having agency or we're just seeing it unfold and we're getting the bigger picture of the painting? However, there is the possibility that it is a closed loop in a sense, but each thing that we're seeing is a different iteration.
Right.
And so you are changing the past.
Yes.
But the thing is that the iteration that we're on and the iteration that we see when we go into other points in time is not necessarily all the same. And it doesn't mean that it's the first one.
Right.
So it could be something where we go back and we go to the 50s or something, right? And, oh, hey, Ulrich ends up being the person that attacks Helga, right?
Right.
That doesn't mean that that's the first time that Ulrich has gone to do that, right?
No.
That could be the millionth time that Ulrich's gone to do that because it's a closed loop,
Right.
right? And so the stuff keeps happening or whatever,
Right.
and that's how you end up ending it is because then eventually you stop the ability for the loop to iterate on itself, and then that's how you end up getting a canon timeline. Or you go back for like one last one and then also simultaneously end it. That way you can go through and make a
But
canon
again,
timeline
that's-
as opposed to just making the previous stuff history canon.
Right. And that's what I believe older Jonas was trying to do in some way, is that he was trying to basically introduce the like a cataclysmic like stoppage point by like stacking portal on portal or something like that.
Right, and that's where I think that there's the possibility that he still did actually do the thing that he wanted to do. And this is where it could theoretically be a branching timeline thing that we're just not aware of because, think about it, if the time machine doesn't actually create branching timelines, it doesn't matter because you won't know it, right?
Right, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that it's basically the thing of he then made something that then worked for a different timeline, right? Where congratulations, you stopped the loop. But for all of the other ones, he's providing then the way for it to iterate.
Yeah.
Right? And
I totally see this. But then that's where the motivations of Claudia and Jonas don't seem that different. They don't actually seem like they would be.
Exactly.
They would even be opposed to each other.
And
if anything, you just have people that are younger in the experience of this that don't realize that they're pulling and stretching to create what they can with their own limited knowledge.
And here's the next thing that I want to bring up.
Yeah.
So, with the whole thing with Jonas and his whole plan, we end up getting Noah being like, aha, but you don't see that I actually understand how this is going, and this is what he's actually doing, right? And then in this episode, we get the whole thing of Claudia being like, aha, you don't see how this works, and I actually do. Guess what? She's also the person who told Jonas to do that thing in the first place.
Yep.
Now, is there the possibility that she only did that in order to make all these other things stack up, and the thing that Jonas was doing was really irrelevant? She just wanted to manipulate Noah, Adam, and them, or whatever? Sure. But
Yeah,
that makes
it's
me
the
then
same.
think that it's something that Noah thinking that shit doesn't work is actually just because of his own limited knowledge.
Right.
And that Claudia is like, yes, that's not going to fix it entirely, but that is still something that is necessary. It's a piece of the puzzle or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
and that to me is just so evocative of this feeling that I've had throughout the show that the characters are trapped. They feel so fucking trapped. And at the end of this episode, this is the character with theoretically as much more or around the same amount of knowledge as Adam, who's like, you have a choice.
Well, and yeah.
But that is the most freeing thing then. It's the thing of like,
well,
you're like...
Because I mean, if you think about it, with the whole idea of a closed loop, it's not that you actually don't have choice, it's that just you've already chosen, right? And so it's not that you couldn't theoretically do something else if you wanted to, but that if you decide to do something else, that's what you will have always done.
Right. Which is why I believe, what she showed him, effectively, is his future. And she showed him basically like, this is what you do.
Sure, and this is how it goes.
This is how it goes. You are Charlotte's father or what have you.
Right.
You end up doing these things here. This is how you die. This is another bootstrap paradox, basically.
Sure.
I have been going around throwing these in at the end of my life.
Yeah.
So that I can then have basically effects go beyond my death.
Yeah.
Because time travel. Fuck it,
Right. Well, and also, exactly. One of the other things that I also just love to think about is the idea that within that, you want to know how to fuck up with a time traveler, right? They think time travel is one way. You come along and say very convincingly, nuh-uh.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
even if you're wrong, that doubt is there now.
Yeah. And if that causes them to then be like, oh, fuck, I have to do something different, guess what? Maybe that's what it was the entire goddamn time.
Yeah.
But, she just came in and is
paradox.
Like, and just pushes the domino.
And
right?
in a lot of ways, it's fun because she had no fear of her death. She had seen the future.
Oh, yeah, she full Ben Kenobi'd it.
She walked into the gun.
Yeah.
And for him, someone who's not a real believer, and that's something that I'm so excited about his character now, is that this is someone who's now aware, in a lot of ways, how little of a believer he actually is.
Sure.
And that when we started this season, he killed someone for showing doubt.
Yeah.
He basically...
yes, that is a fantastic way to then set up the arc that he's going on in the season. And this is episode 3. I can only imagine what it is by the end of the season.
Right. Or the end of the series.
Sure,
I feel like we're going to have our friends become enemies, our enemies become friends, and our only enemy will be time itself. And that's the show. In that, in a lot of ways, the only characters in here that actually are enemies are just people you haven't come to fully understand yet.
Sure.
And that everybody is trapped.
Jonas and Bartosz need to reconcile.
Exactly.
Kind of
Right. And that we're all just family. Branching all in a complete tangled mess. You could even say then the time itself is our originator. We're all begotten from time.
Oh.
And then it's we then as children of time need to supplant. Oh God, this is getting like mythological with like Kronos and
So
like,
here's
oh my God, this is so cool.
Here's something I do want to point out. That I think will put a nail in the coffin though of you unravel the time and then it's like the time travel never happened. Is because if that happens, so many characters here don't exist anymore.
Well, yeah.
No, just.
But again, if you burn the forest, it doesn't matter because their idea is then making a new forest, which would then be a branching timeline, where it means we're just literally universe hopping. We're just gonna jump ships. We're gonna jump. Noah, I'm gonna bring a flood, and everybody here is gonna die. But that's okay because we're gonna build a new universe. Yeah. No, I feel like that's where we have to go eventually.
Yeah, no, they're looking to make a new whatever and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying is that the end result effectively for this, unless they have it end with basically all of these characters not died because they just never existed, and then you end with like, you know, a sunny shot of a bunch of people that we don't recognize,
or
you know,
or,
right? Like
or,
because so many people just would not exist.
Well, again, but not everybody. This time travel came to be from somewhere.
Sure, but like Jonas, for example, wouldn't exist.
Clearly, yes, there'd be a lot of people that wouldn't exist.
Right.
But we can still have a story where we keep winding backwards, basically, until we find a point that a loop was introduced. Like, in a lot of ways, that's what the story's beginning episode was, basically.
Well,
that, like, hey, the beginning and the
actually,
end, it's all fucky. This is the end, this is the beginning.
You actually want to go wild with this. If you go
Yeah.
back to the point before the time travel was even like introduced into the universe, then that means the time travel will end up getting reintroduced into the universe. So fundamentally, that can't happen.
Oh, right,
Unless
right,
you take away the capability for the time travel.
That's
to
what I'm
happen,
saying.
But that's still something where then you're changing the timeline with time travel that's
Right.
based around having time travel not happen. So at that point, you might as well just have it be something where
No,
it's
I
with
know.
the existing characters.
We are like Noah, Jacob. We have not seen the missing pages. There is stuff that has been intentionally removed because it's got like real answers that would irrevocably change the way that we're viewing this.
Well,
that means that someone, probably somebody old, like someone that's been around a lot or doing this, has intentionally tried to hide whatever that fact is.
Oh, no, yeah.
And Claudia stole it. Claudia either wrote it herself, like her middle-aged self in between her old self and that.
And now she does the good, thorough, clean thing that any time traveler does, and dies.
Yes.
So that way that information ends with her.
Except that she gave a perspective on it too.
What, you think that's important information? No, that's like that. You think that's the big picture?
Right.
That's just the thing that he needs to know, and then the thing that because think about it this way: either Claudia has already.
I love it. You said like
this.
the good thing a time traveler do it just dies.
Yeah,
it just goes hard. I don't know why.
Because either
So
Claudia
good.
has either figured it out already, right?
Yeah.
And is basically just making sure that all that stuff still happens because there's time travelers involved and everything, and it's herding cats. Or she's trying to do something and she hasn't been able to figure it out, and so she's passing the torch effectively.
Oh,
right?
I absolutely felt that, and it very much to me. I think you were absolutely right with her Obi-Wan Kenobiing this, in that if we were to think about it from another perspective, this is literally the I've grown beyond you, Obi-Wan. And so he is literally Darth Vader with Emperor Palpatine.
Now I am the master.
Yeah, I am the master. And it's like, I'm going to leave you with something that shatters your worldview. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
But going beyond death is nothing. Like, that's easy.
You don't need to be a forced ghost because it's fucking time travel.
It's fucking time travel. But the idea that her secret, the missing pages or what have you, because you're right, it's probably not some great key to the whole of time travel.
Right.
It's probably
You
just
can't
some
trust Adam or Noah with that shit.
No, but it might be specific knowledge that wasn't trusted to a time traveler like Noah. It's something that specifically, if he did know, he wouldn't be able to be manipulated. He wouldn't be able to be controlled. And so her introducing this to him is like, yeah, either I'm passing this on to you because I care about you and I want you to find happiness and freedom. Like
if he was maybe a grandson,
Oh, sure.
I'm just saying.
Sure. Yeah.
Also, the whole idea, like, if she has this thing that then makes Noah
which then would make this a Tiedemann family thing in general, and he's a Tiedemann as well.
Well, and this was a Tiedemann episode. So
it was a Tiedemann episode.
I'm just saying.
Holy shit, he's a Tiedemann.
But then on top of that, if she has information that turns Noah against Adam, why didn't she do it before?
Because he needed to go through all this stuff before he would actually be able to see this.
Sure.
Which means he's
and
been
or the
building
things
his
that
own...
he was doing were also necessary. Or on top of all of that, maybe Agnes, also had to do this stuff, and that's how she gets brought into the organization again, even though, Noah says that the notes weren't there or whatever, and then they're able to help later on. Or the act of her dying as she lets him get the notes, that conversation itself is part of it.
It's powerful.
If she just left them in an envelope and is like, hey, by the way, here you go, don't trust Adam.
Candle. You know, he's like, you cannot sway me, which, you know.
Right, exactly. And, you know, but if the things that are in there are so incontrovertible, then, you know, theoretically that wouldn't happen. Unless, maybe it's something where it has to go hand in hand.
Bro, we got to just watch the next episode. We've been talking about this for a long time.
I feel like that's a pattern with Dark.
It's a pattern with Dark. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about other shows in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if you have any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.